this group, you know, Tuesdays and Thursday nights is definitely our most tenured group. People have been here the most. The best thing I can do for you folks beyond obviously the training is to sharpen your mind. Because in order to keep on improving, you have to improve your mind, not just your body. Your mind has to get better. So, in the overall scheme of getting better, ask yourself, are you getting better at getting better? Are you getting better at getting better? Different way to think about it. Okay? I want to come back to that, but I'd like to put things in a graph. My mind will think like this. Sometimes we put things on a piece of paper in a picture. You can kind of understand what I'm talking about. If you look at a graph here, and you have just your overall, how good you are, your prowess of the sport, and then this pretty much represents ages. You got 3 to 5-year-old kids, 6 to 10-year-old kids, 11 to 13-year-old kids, high school kids, college or minor league athletes, and professional athletes. Okay? It's a bar graph, which represents how good you have to be to get there. Like, play t-ball, show up at 3 to 5 years old. If you can put a uniform on, you get to be on the team, right? Okay? That's the very start. After some point, though, you have to show at least some aptitude for the sport. Okay? So the bottom doesn't exist any longer. Like when you're 6 years old, you got to be better. Okay? And you can be up to that good. Just theory. Notice there is overlap, though. There's some 5-year-old kids who are better than 6-year-old kids, right? Okay, so there's an overlap. There's overlap there. There's 10-year-old kids who are better than 11-year-old kids. Okay, this is where you guys are at. There are 13-year-old kids who are better than high school athletes. Okay, there are high school athletes who are better than small college or small minor league athletes. There are college and minor league athletes who are a little bit better than professional athletes. They're probably going to be ended up being there. Okay? So there's overlap between those levels. So getting back to, are you getting better at getting better? You all have improved and are improving and will improve, whether you come in here or not. You're going to improve at some rate. You know, like this, increasing. Maybe you're like increasing like this. Maybe you're increasing at a high rate. But what you have to understand is, in that concept of are you getting better at getting better, is what could your ultimate potential be? So let's say right now, you as a, let's just say you're 13 and you're right here, and you're about on that slope where, yeah, you're going to end up being good enough to play in high school. What if you really got focused and you put yourself on a different trajectory that changed it to like that? What then becomes possible with your life? Being a college athlete. But if you don't start getting better now, this won't happen. You can't like get serious your senior year and say, now I'm going to make myself as good as I can be. If you get serious about it, you get you focused about it now, that's where your true potential can be realized. Okay? There's also realism to it. At that rate, which is great, that person's just not going to make it. Maybe they were just a small college athlete, which was great. But they just weren't good enough for the pros. And that's okay, but think about this. Think about a really, really good high school athlete. About as good a high school athlete as you're going to be. Unless you just totally screw up and can't even do any schoolwork, someone's going to ask you to play for them. Okay? But are you going to do this? A lot do. Or are you going to do this? And maybe make a couple $1 million at it. And here's the thing, guys and ladies. this is not at the point right here where you can do much about it. That's not the point where you can do much about it. The point where you can do a lot, is right where it starts. Because it's cumulative. You can build upon what you're doing at 14 to 15 to 16 to 17 to 18 and make each of those a little bit better and change the trajectory of where you're going to end up. You can't wait until the end. So that's what I'm talking about is, are you getting better at getting better? If you come in here and you go through the workout in the exact same way you went through it a month ago, you're not getting better at getting better. You need to be coming in here every month having made improvements to not just that you can do another pull-up. It's how you have done that pull-up. Are you getting the whole way down and getting a good stretch on it? Are you getting the whole way up to the top? Is that a better one pull-up? When you're coming in, are you still just sitting against the wall and waiting for the workout to start? Or are you getting on the foam roller and making sure your IT bands are loose? And then the next month, you find out, oh, I'm tight here on my quads too. And you're getting better. You're getting better at using the foam roller. Those things are cumulative and they will add up and they will put you on a different trajectory. And not everything is possible for everybody, people. Most of you will not be professional athletes. But I think there are college athletes future in this room right now. But it's probably well, I know there's one, right? You got at least 1 year coming at you, right? Mm-hmm. Those things are not, I think it's not guaranteed, or are they guaranteed? Yeah. 1 year at a time. All right, so right now we have anywhere, let's just say from 1 to, because that 1 is right there. There's probably anywhere from 1 to 2 to 5 of you in here. 1 to 2 to 5 of you. And this part right here depends on a lot of you of what you do right now and whether you miss the mark or whether you can up your game and hit the mark. Okay? Brandon, you're not even in high school yet, right? Right. So you're here. Figure out where you're going to be in high school. Is that going to take you anywhere else? There it didn't. You get better at getting better, you got something possible beyond high school. Okay? And at that trajectory I just drew, maybe something beyond that. But you can't change it there. You're already on the path. You change your path now. Okay? We're going to get up there and run some agility. Take this into effect. Get better at how you're running this as you're doing the reps.